You guys ready for a super unpopular conversation? And it's about rear ballast and how important it is. And I am definitely all about safety. I think that, especially with my new tractor here, which I'll get into more details later when I become more familiar with it. But one thing I've found that's different on this tractor versus the 1025R is the importance of rear ballast. It's not that big a deal, and honestly, it negatively impacts the performance of this thing with a few specific tasks. And the biggest one is snow removal. So when I have my snow pusher here on, this is the same one that came with the 1025R, or that I bought for the 1025R. It's big enough easily to work with this tractor. One thing I noticed is that this thing pushes so good. This tractor weighs way more. I do have loaded rear tires, and it just pushes amazing, way better than the 1025R does. And it's actually, this pusher, the 60 inch, is way undersized for a 3039R John Deere with loaded tires and a cab. So what I found is that if I have all my weights on the back, I have another 8 weights that I put here. So I have 8 here, and I usually run 8 here. It actually creates a strange, I'm not even sure how to describe it, but the fulcrum of the tractor changes. Instead of this being the pivot point of the loader, this becomes the pivot point of the loader. And it's really easy to get the front wheels off the ground so you can't steer. And I had that problem a lot with the 1025R. Actually, I had that problem with the 1025R, whether there was weight on it or not, because once that thing had even a third of snow in it, third capacity, I couldn't steer at all. But with this tractor, I still can, unless I have weight back here. Those 8 42-pound weights that I took off here, that's just enough to make to change the fulcrum of this lever. This is a big lever, basically. And yeah, it really negatively impacted the performance of the loader. So I definitely recommend, more than ever, wheel weights and loaded tires. With that, I don't think you have as much weight hanging off the rear of the tractor. Changes the fulcrum. It moves the leverage point back where it's supposed to be. Yeah, I like it a lot better. Now, it's different if you're going to use the loader for lift work or heavy loads, like on pallet forks or the bucket. Then I think this is more beneficial for stability, and there's a lot less bouncing and stuff. The worst is when I have my 60-inch WoodMax snowblower back here. That thing weighs a lot. It's I want to say it's equal to almost all these weights. It's 680 some odd pounds. I'm not even sure what that is. 42 pounds times 16, whatever. But because that weight's out so much further, the snowblower, the bulk of the weight doesn't really start till right here, and it goes out even further. So it's heavy, and there's more weight hanging out further back, which again is like, it magnifies the weight, and it really impacts the performance of the loader. So what I like to do now is I only take the snowblower out when I have really deep snow. That's it, maybe 8 inches or more. It is truly faster. So what I've started to do with the previous video you saw, with the heavy hitch rear blade, I would leave the blade in one position all the time, and I would just drive around in circles on my 2 driveways and windrow the snow and then collect it with this. And it was much faster than using just this alone. Much faster, especially for small accumulations. That was way better. So what I guess I'm going to do is I'm going to get a real rear blade, because I bent up the other one, the heavy hitch one. I'm going to get a real one, put it back here. I'm going to use these hydraulics here, or I just have the plate installed for the Ken's bolt-on hooks rear multiplier that goes here. I still got to play with that. I'm not sure I like that at all, but I'm going to get one with a hydraulic angle. I don't really need anything else, and I'm only going to use it for snow removal. So I think I'm gonna get a rear blade, a bigger one that can handle the weight of this tractor, and running into stuff and whatnot. I think that's the ticket with this snow pusher, and I think that's gonna work great. I'll have to get some UHMW for the rear blade. I need UHMW for this up here, but anyway, getting sidetracked a little. The whole point of this video is that you gotta be careful with how much rear ballast you actually use. There is a case of too much. You put too much on here, it changes the fulcrum pivot point to here, and your loader won't work as well. So yeah, I said it. I'm just some noob on YouTube. but it's true. I'm sure you guys have run into this before. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to try to get a little more serious into this YouTube thing. I still like doing one-take videos. They're roughly, 3 to 5 minutes. But any support for the channel, I would really appreciate as we try to make it grow. It's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.